Yatindra Raghavendraya Paramapuja Avatar Avadhuta Jagadguru Shri Datta Ganapat Sachidananda Shri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja Sharda Mataye Ramana Maharshi Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja Lahiri Mahashaya Yukteswaragiri Yoga Ananda Gauranga Nitai Chaitanya Mahaprabhu Trailinga Maharaja Bhet Narayan Sadashiva Brahmendra Maharaja Neem Karoli Baba Maharaja Adiguru Shankaracharya Chandrasekhar Saraswati Maharaja Nagajata Jayalakshmi Mata Jilelamudi Mata Anandamayi Anagha Sameta Gurudatta Maharaja Tara Mata ki Jaya Ho Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye Shri Padarajam Sharanam Prapadye. Dear all divine associates and disciples of Samastha Guru Mandali, today also Jayana Maguna Sankirtan has been blessed very much to continue our Satsanga as a part of Bhakti Kriya Yoga by relearning the autobiography of a yogi, wherein which Samastha Guru Mandali and His Holiness Paramapuja Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Jagadguru Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja blessed us to relearn the fourth chapter, My Interrupted Flight Towards the Himalayas or Toward the Himalayas, wherein which our successfully our Samastha Guru Mandali and Mahavatar Babaji Maharaja and Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja blessed us to relearn till what extent we thanked the officer for relieving our tedium with his marvelous story. So he was probably intimating that he was more fortunate than we. He had met an illuminated saint without effort. Our earnest search had ended not at the feet of a master, but in a coarse police station. So Yogda Maharaja, just we are trying to recollect the relearning of autobiography of a yogi of the fourth chapter, where our Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja and Jatinda Ghosh and Amar Mittar, three have planned to fly off to Himalayas. However, there were so many unauspicious moments which have been encountered by our Yogananda Maharaja. Perhaps most disinteresting thing is Jatinda flight off in between, where he did not come to or participate in the divine travel of Yogananda Maharaja. However, both the Yogananda Maharaja and Amar Meter both have traveled together. And what is very much interesting is there was a telegram given by his brother, Bro Ananta. So he said that please detain them and ample reward for your services. This was the announcement. So, however, slowly they have started, and they once again one more station master and try to interview them. So once again they repeatedly told, I am Thomas and Thompson, like that. Both they have changed their names, and then they have started to leave because Yogdananda Maharaj also thought that going directly to Haridwar may be an clue for brother Ananta. So let us go to Rishikesh. And we also understood who is a rishi, who is a sage, who is a seer, and different aspects of the soul which travels as a sadhaka and progresses, like we understood or we relearned from the blessings of Yogdananda Maharaja, that who is a sage, who is a yogi, who is a Paramahamsa, who is Parivarajaka and who is a master, who is a guru, who is a avatar, who is a Paramahamsa, who is a Sadguru, and what Vedanta philosophy tells the, or technically how it interprets each stage of the practitioner. And then immediately there was a they have all been taken to police station, and one of the police officers told about one of the man of the god, the sage. So almost it was very 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 spiritually striking, and in other words it is stimulation for the sadhaka, like the police officer injured as if he was thinking that he is the murderer, but sage did not say anything. Very kindly he said, the person what whom you are looking at is not me, my dear. Like that he told. And immediately he also said that within 3 days you can come to the one spot which was being told by the sage. Then you will find that there will be no scar or trace of hurt. And then officer very much piously ejaculated, and he was also both Yogdananda Maharaja and as well as Amar Meter, they were lamenting their fate that we could not see the real sage. Then, however, Yogananda Maharaj also mentioned that the skyscrapers, that means sometimes worldly persons also may be or may become very fortunate enough to have a darshan of such a sages or such a seers. That what was been mentioned. So now the satsanga continues like this. We thank the officer for relieving our tedium with his marvelous story. So he was almost, he said very much interestingly, and probably was also a bit, no, we shouldn't say excited, but very boasting himself that I was very fortunate enough to have a darshan of that seer. That's what Yogananda Maharaj is telling us. So what we have to relearn is any experience, especially while doing sadhana, a meditation or spiritual rituals or practicing, we may get so many visions, so many divine visions. Experiences are part of divinity. Miracles are part of divinity. So Yogananda Maharaja and Anandamoyi Mata say that miracles are part of divine nature. So here, once if we experience those kind of divine visions or something of that kind, we should not boast ourselves. We have to be very, very down to earth. That's what Yogananda Maharaja says. So he was also talking about. But however, Yogananda Maharaja finally concluded, oh, what a God! God is great. We thought we will be at the feet of Himalayas, but very disinterestingly, we are in at our police station. So near the Himalayas, and yet in our captivity so far, I told Amar, I felt doubly impelled to seek freedom. So what he's telling, so near the Himalayas and yet in our captivity. So he was telling that yes, okay, uh, we will soon we will reach. He was telling that, and I felt doubly impelled to seek freedom. So he was also very much showing interest, and that what determination. Yogananda Maharaja says that every sadhaka, spiritual practitioner should have that determination, persistence, and patience. Then only we can realize. And let us slip away when opportunity offers. We can go on foot to holy Rishikesh. I smiled encouragingly. So Yogananda Maharaja says, okay, no problem. Let us turn the table. When opportunity offers, we can go on foot to holy Rishikesh. Do not worry. Like that, both were talking to each other. And I smiled encouragingly. So here, what Yogananda Maharaja says is, every time every sadhaka, spiritual practitioner, should motivate himself. We shouldn't feel and compare any other sadhaka with any other sadhaka. Perhaps, oh, I am not getting any divine visions. He's getting or she's getting. Or, we shouldn't get discouraged. After doing so much of spiritual rituals or meditation or sadhana, nothing is seen, no fruits are seen, no fruits are enjoyed. Like that we shouldn't feel. So Yogananda Maharaja says we have to keep encouraging ourselves, because ultimately God is the only one who is looking at us. God is omnipresent, our Sadguru is omnipresent. We shouldn't compare, we shouldn't worry, we shouldn't feel anything about anyone. So we have to keep encouraging. So that is the reason Yogananda Maharaja says, I smiled encouragingly. So Amar, do not worry. We will find out a way. Like that he was telling. But my companion had turned pessimist as soon as the stalwart prop of our money had been taken from us. Oh, God's sake. Now, here Yogananda Maharaj once again uh, blessing us to relearn. Sometimes there will be discouragement. Probably we may not have encouragement, but instantly we will get discouraged. So he has become, Amar Mitra has become pessimist. While he was encouraging, Yogananda Maharaja is encouraging, he is very optimistic that definitely one or the other day I am going to meet my Guru, Sadguru, His Holiness Paramapuja Shri Yukteswar Giri Maharaja. However, this person, Amar, has become pessimist. Oh, like that. Why? WHY, why? Because the prop money, stalwart prop of our money had been taken from us. The what police officer does, they have collected all the money which they were holding. So now there is no money. Here we have to relearn. People, generally devotees, think that money and material wealth will help us. No, Edmo, no. There are so many things which cannot be solved by our stature, our status, our money, our wealth, our kith and kin, our everything. Never. Only God. Only God. He or Sadguru can only break the shackles of those hurdles. Everyone would have been encountering this. People tend to have devotees. Perhaps Shivana is not commenting anyone. Perhaps every sadhaka will feel the same, that after doing so much relentlessly working out, nothing is bearing. No, we shouldn't think like that. So even in spite of losing money, Yogadananda Maharaja is very happy. He's telling, he's encouraging himself. But so here also, Yogananda Maharaja says, you pick friends, you pick holy men and associate with them. If you keep on traveling with skyscrapers, the worldly persons, you cannot be encouraged in divinity. 150%. This is Shivana's experience also. The moment when we get into worldly matters and worldly people, dussanga, opposite of satsanga, we will be distracted. So that is the reason we have to avoid pessimists. It doesn't mean that we have to curse them, we have to criticize them, we have to comment them. No, they have come for that purpose. We have come for this purpose. God is with us. Like that, every day we have to think. So we have to find out a place. We have to find out a space. We have to find out time. We have to take out those seconds and minutes, which will convert into hours and days and years to associate with holy men. It is not that easy to associate with holy men because there is, we call it as atmasthairya. That means the soul confidence. When we associate with the divine people, you automatically you'll be encouraged to divinity. Perhaps most interesting thing is our thinking, our mind will get attracted to all negative activities and deeds. So we have to control senses. In Sanskrit, we call it as Shama Dama. Shama Dama. Okay, in our next some satsanga, God will bless us. Shama Dama. Now, he says, if we started a trek over such dangerous jungle lands, we should finish not in the city of saints, but in the stomachs of tigers. Amar Mitter once again made a comment. First, yes, first of all, he has become pessimist. Now, see how the divinity getting distracted. They both have promised, of course. Yogananda Maharaja is telling three promises together that will go to Himalayas. One, flower fell down. That is Jatinda Ghosh, brother Jatinda. Because we should not comment. He is also our brother. Because he was traveling to some extent to Yogananda Maharaja, thinking that we also should respect. Oh, in of course, he left in between. He cheated us. No problem. But because he was traveling or traveled with the Yogananda Maharaj, will respect him. So, Jatinda, one flower fallen down. No, second flower. See, this our Amar meter. He has not only became pessimist, he's also discouraging. And third, immediately he says one more comment. If we started, because Yogananda Maharaj said, let us do not worry much about the money which has been lost or took over by police officials. Do not worry. We'll have a walk. We'll go. Like that he's telling. But our brother Amar Mittar says, if we started a trek, hey, yoga, Ananda, Mukunda, if we start walking, what happens, we should finish not in the city of saints, will not meet or go to Rishikesh or Himalayas, but in the stomachs of the tigers, because it is very wild, dense forest, so many wild animals. See, he has become pessimist and discouraging, and also started commenting, so as if he knows everything. So he's telling that, no, 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 we may not meet our saints, Mukunda, and I'm sure that we'll become the food items for wild animals. Ananta and Amar's brother arrived after 3 days. So 3 days have gone just like that. Both brother Amar, Amar's brother, and our brother Ananta, the brother of Yogananda Maharaja. Both after 3 days they have arrived. Amar greeted his relative with affectionate relief. Oh, quite interesting. So Amar, because discouraged, he has become pessimist and he started commenting. Immediately relief when he saw his brother or relative. Oh, ha, like that. Ah, God's sake, there is no need of walking and getting into the stomachs of the tigers. Like that, he got a relief the moment he saw. There he says, I was unreconciled. Ananta got no more from me than a severe upbraiding. So, almost like, it was not into harmony. Uh, it was not uh, acceptable. It was almost unacceptable the way Amar Mittar, brother Amar, was doing with or was treating his relative or brother. Look at that. So he says, Ananda got no more from me than a severe upbraiding. He says, oh God, expressing strong criticism or reproachment for our behavior. Who? Yogananda Maharaja. So, brother Ananta, the moment he saw Mukunda and Amar, Amar got relief. But what to do now? Yogananda Maharaja, poor ours Mukunda, stood just like that. And severe upbraiding means scoldings. What, Mukunda? Why you haven't informed at home? This is the way you have gone. This is the way you. This is the way. This is the way. Just imagine. So he says, no more from me than a severe upbraiding. God's sake. Oh, we love Yogananda. We love because he stood in spite of the severe scoldings or expressions of strong criticism, he stood still. Then he's continuing. I understand how you feel. My brother spoke soothingly. Oh, immediately, the moment he saw Yogananda Maharaja, Ananta also, because he's a blood relation, isn't it? So, first immediately he criticized, scolded, that to this. Then immediately, I understand. Okay, no problem. I understand your feelings, he said. And that too, very soothingly. I understand, Mukunda. I understand. Like that, you would have told. All I ask of you is to accompany me to Banaras to meet a certain sage and go on to Calcutta to visit our grieving father for a few days. So, why did he speak very soothingly? He has got a very good plan, master plan. We call it as master plan. Very simple. Ananta, brother Ananta, is talking to our Yogananda Maharaja, Paramahamsa Yogananda Maharaja. Mukunda, okay. All I will ask, whatever happened is happened. Do not worry. Like that, you would have told. What you have to do is, please come with me to Banaras. Number one. The two, to meet certain sage. So you are in search of guru and sages and seers in Rishikesh, Himalayas, and Haridwar. I already have one sage. You have to meet that sage. And after meeting the sage, go to Calcutta. That means our hometown. Why? Because to visit our grieving father. Oh, Mukunda left without telling. Like that, his father also feeling. He told. Whether father, Yogananda Maharaja father is feeling or not, we don't know. But Brother Ananta made it clear that he is feeling bad. So you stay for few days. Then you may resume your search here for a master. See how confident Brother Ananta is there. Master plan. He planned something big. Amar entered the conversation at the point to disclaim any intention of returning to Haridwar with me. So he made it very, very, very clear that to disclaim any intention of returning to Haridwar with me. So probably there some kind of conversation also would have taken place between Yogananda Maharaja and Brother Ananta. You come once, father is feeling very bad. You attend, you stay for some time, and before that we have to go to that sage. Let you have a darshan. Then you can go in search of God or Guru. Like that he made. Whatever Yogananda Maharaja is telling, he is telling, no, I will not come to Haridwar. I will not leave you to Haridwar. He was enjoying the familial warmth, but I knew I would never abandon the query or quest for my guru. So, like, uh, he is thinking, Brother Ananta is thinking that, is enjoying the familial warmth. How? Uh, he might have been telling that uh, very supportive and loving, like that. Oh, Mukunda, go and we will visit father. It is our responsibility. Father is very much worried about you. Like that, he started soothingly telling all this. And it was very much noticed that he was enjoying familial warmth or familial warmth, a family kind of a warmth. Oh, he is a brother, very supportive. But I knew I would never abandon the quest of my guru. This we call it as the not gut. Please understand, my dear devotees. It is not gut. It is not intention. It is persistence. The thought being on truth side. Yogananda Maharaj decided, whatever it comes, I will never abandon the quest for my guru. I will keep searching. Like that, he made promise to himself. The moment when he started, initially, if we go to our chapter 1, we have relearned. Even in mother's womb, he decided that. And he had omniscience visions also. Mata also, mother of mothers. Our Yogananda Maharaja mother also said this. So our party entrained for Banaras. What to do? Brother soothingly told. Okay, let us go, Ananta. Like that, he would have told. There, I had a singular and instant response to a prayer. So, what is interesting is, there I had a singular and instant response to a prayer. Now, he prayed himself, Yogananda Maharaja. So, what does it mean? We have to relearn. When tough situations are there, when challenges are there, very silently we have to pray to God. God will listen, Guru will listen. There is no difference between God and Guru. They will listen and accommodate us. 150%. No doubt in it. So, a clever scheme had been prearranged by Ananta. Now, look at the master plan. A very, 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 very clever scheme was prearranged. What is that? Before seeing me in Haridwar, he had stopped in Banaras. While coming to Hardwar, our brother Ananta halted at one place. That place is nothing but Banaras. So, what did he do in Banaras? To ask a scriptural authority to interview me later. So, he asked one of the spiritual authorities, like, you interview my brother, he is telling that he will go to Himalayas, he wanted to become a monk. You please intercede into the matter and see. That to this you would have told. The Pandit and his son also had promised Ananta that they would attempt to dissuade me from becoming a sannyasi. Persuade, opposite, dissuade. So both this authority and his son, both have promised brother Ananta. Oh Ananta, don't worry. He's a small boy. He wanted to go to Himalayas and become a monk. It is not that easy. We will try to talk to him. And we will promise you that his mind will change. We will give counseling. We will dissuade that how dangerous and critical it is to become a monk or a sannyasi. So Yogananda Maharaja says, who is a sannyasi? Literally, sannyasi is a renunciant. From Sanskrit verb roots to cast aside. Sannyasi, renouncing. Now, if we look at, we also should have some extended satsanga on what does it mean sannyas. Any one of us, our disciples or our divine associates know who is a sannyasi? What sannyasi, uh, told by the definition of sannyasi, told by Yogananda Maharaja. In addition to that, anything? So what he says, a perfect renunciant who renounced the worldly matters. He is called as sannyasi. So, okay, no problem. God is there with us. A sannyasi, as per Vedic tests, or as per Vedanta philosophy, a person who has reached the final stage of life and dedicated entirely to renunciate, sacrifice for in the pursuit of the truth, ultimate truth or God. He renounces everything. That person is called as a saint or sannyasi. So, as per our Vedanta philosophy, based upon the lifestyle and degree of detachment, the sannyasis in Indian text have been classified into four types. So, first one is Kutichaka. The first one is Kutichaka. That means Kutichaka. Kutichaka. What does it mean? Kutichaka in Sanskrit. The cottage dweller. He is always in cottage, at home, or in cottage, one kind of ashrama. Kutichaka. Now, second is Bahuduka or Bahudaka. Bahudaka. Bahudaku or Ka. Bahudaka. Who is Bahudaka? A multi-water seeker. Bahudaka. So Kutichaka, Bahudaka. And then third stage is we have relearned Paramahamsa, the swan, Hamsa. And fourth one, most importantly, the sannyasi stage. So first one is Kutichaka, second one is Bahudaka, third one is sannyasi. Oh sorry, Shivanna means Hamsa. Fourth one is Paramahamsa, the supreme swan. Now, let us also relearn. What does it mean? Kutichaka, the cottage dweller. Very simple. It is treated as a beginning stage as per Vedanta philosophy. The renouncer, or he is a saint, sannyasi. He renounced all the worldly things, but he lives in a small hut or a cottage called as kuti. That is the reason kuti in Hindi or Sanskrit, kuti, a small cottage or a hut. That is the reason kuti chaka. So specifically built for them, a small hut. So what they do, often they will be on the outskirts of the village or in the uh, in between the forests, but still they maintain connection with their past life. How? Their family members or former relatives typically provide daily food and supply some basic necessities. And they fully focus on studying scriptures, performing internal worship practices, and however, they try to keep away from the regular routines of worldly things. Only for food and other necessities they may get connected with their family members. So while transitioning away from the householder life, those people or those personalities are called as Kutichaka. Kutichaka. Now comes Bahudaka. He's the multi-water seeker. Now, this is second stage. The sannyasi becomes more nomadic. Oh, he keeps on traveling and leaves permanently the fixed residence. He doesn't have any address. No address. No address to him. They are called as Bahudaka. Like Bahudaka means many waters, because they keep on traveling to various holy places and bath in different sacred rivers. And instead of relying on family, they practice madhukari. Hope you all know madhukari. In Sanskrit, Madhukari. Madhukari. What does it mean? Begging for small portions of food from seven different houses. Madhukari. So they are completely away from family members. They don't have any connection, even for the supplies of basic necessities. Bahudaka. Kutichaka, Bahudaka. Then third stage is Hamsa. We know Hamsa, swan. We heard, we relearned. Yogananda Maharaja blessed us to relearn the discriminating stage, Hamsa. So we have relearned that swan is the only one living being that it can separate milk from water, or so. Because someone asked, Shivan, what is that chemical process which happens? No other being has got that trait, separating water from milk. So, if you look at the swan, there is a chemical process which happens in the mouth. So, it will, there is one chemical which comes and processes to differentiate or separate from milk the water. Oh, you can go and read. That is the reason swan. Classic example in Indian Vedanta. Swan. So Hamsa. Now, the sannyasi is a deep meditator and constant traveler. He is always in dhyana. So they rarely stay in any village. So if even if they stay, not for a night, they keep on for more, not more than maximum 5 or 6 nights, 5 nights, for instance. So, like very mythical swan, like Hamsa, that can separate milk from water, the renouncers have developed the discrimination with the help of Viveka. Viveka means the mind, Viveka, knowledge, wisdom. So they know that we have to realize the Brahman state. We have to focus on truth, and intensely they try to realize their oneness with divine, that is Brahman state. Now, fourth stage comes to Paramahamsa, the supreme swan. So, what does it mean? That is a realized sage. Realized. So, Kutichaka, Bahudaka, Hamsa, and Paramahamsa. Highest and most advanced stage of renunciation. A Paramahamsa has realized the ultimate truth and often seen as being beyond all rules and matters. So they're always in samadhi state and they possess nothing with them. They treat all people, all devotees, all situations with a total equality, as they seen divine in everyone. They don't criticize. They don't become skeptical like an ordinary person. They see only divine soul. They have come to know that every being is continued their lifetimes with that soul, and soul is part of Paramatma, part of God. So they see divine in the same as everyone. So this is the classic definitions from Vedanta philosophy or common traits. Now, it is very easy to become sannyasi, people say, isn't it? Very tough. It is not that easy. So, Sri Ramakrishna Paramsa Maharaja, Jagat Guru, used to say one funny story about sudden sannyasi. Have you heard about sudden sannyasi? So, he comes very suddenly. So there is a story. So when Jagadguru Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja is doing Satsanga, one of the disciples asked Thakur, fondly Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja known as Thakur. Thakur, how important is sannyasi, or what are the characteristics of sannyasi? And we heard that suddenly someone becoming sannyasi. So then, oh, sannyasi, becoming a monk or sannyasi is not that easy, my dear disciples. I will tell you a small story of sudden dispassion. Many of them become sudden di- dispassion. That is the reason, sudden sannyasis. Now, so the story goes like this. A man once had a small argument with his wife. We know that. Generally, every person, either of the spouse, will have an argument. I tell you this, no, I will tell you this, like that. So, generally, we are not, Shivana is not commenting. Jaina Mukunda Sankirtan will never comment. Okay. We'll take example of Shivana only. Shivana arguing with his wife. Hey, don't go. She's telling, I will go. Don't go. I will go. You're not listening to me. Shivana told. Yes, I am not listening to you. Of course, it is seen. But you're not listening to me. But down, doom, down. Like that, something happened. So immediately, he made it. Shivana, yes, this is. So after doing all this to my family and my wife and children, this is what I'm getting respect. I said, no. She says, yes. Suddenly dispassion. So, in a fit of spiritual ego, Shivana shouted, that's it. You're not listening to me. I'm leaving the home. Like that. And he also said, Shivana, turning back his head and his shade, listen to me. Not for one day I'm living. I'm living this worldly life. You should know who am I. Like that, the Shivana exclaimed and said, now I'm renouncing everything. I am going to become a sannyasi. Sudden dispassion about the situation. Now, of course, like this, some red color saffron dress also is there with Shivana. He took that and he threw on, I mean, like, Shivana thrown the saffron cloth and grabbed all the material. Of course, one or two utensils also, because sudden dispassion. And then grabbed a water pot and marched. Shivana started. So he's finding where to go, where to go. Forest. What is a forest? There is no forest in city now. Oh, 400, 500 kilometers we have to go to reach the forest. Anyhow, he started. No, Shivana has wanted to go. So started. But Shivana's wife know very well. Shivana will keep shouting. Later he will slow down. Of course, many a people know it. Now, so she is thinking that I know better than anyone this person, Shivana. So she did not say stop, and she did not also cry. Really, now ego boosted much for Shivana. See, one is she got into an argument. Number one, number two, she is not listening. Number three, everything is happening against Shivana's wishes. So such a pride and ego has come, and he decided to leave. And in addition to that, she is not stopping Shivana. So more force. Oh, I'm going. So Shivana started walking. She knew very well. So slowly she also started walking. Where this person will go, Shivana will go. Shivana is telling, oh, I'm going to forest. No, this life. No, you don't understand me. Like that, you told that. Shivana started walking. So after going, what happens? Shivana is not used to that sannyasi state. So after seeing there were some trees, a group kinds. So he went there, Shivana. He identified one neem tree. He sat there. Just walking for 10-15 minutes only. Not even 150 kilometers. Just for 10-15 minutes, Shivana walked, and sat under the neem tree. And then, God, I have to decide now. I have to be determined. And Shivana closed his eyes. God. Some Shivana also started uh, chanting Omkara. Now he also started thinking about the divine. So closing his eyes, Shivana started thinking about God. So slowly doing meditation kind. We don't know whether Shivana is doing dhyana or paradhyana, whether he is doing meditation or thinking about wife. That is paradhyana. Dhyana, meditation. Paradhyana, thoughts on others. We don't know what Shivana doing. But Shivana is doing paradhyana, thoughts on others. Now he closed his eyes. After 10 minutes, he could not, because there is no practice. Na? You just imagine, you cannot close your eyes until it is practiced for some. Immediately you will open. Like, of course, not you. You all are great people. Shivana. Shivana closed his eyes. 10 minutes. Oh, what is happening outside? What is happening outside? Oh, what is divine? What is God? Oh, something is happening. Oh, something is itching. Something is falling down. Oh, whether I sat in a neem tree or under neem tree or a mango tree. What is it? Oh, suddenly if mango falls on Shivana, what happens to my head, Shivana head? That to this he is thinking. He is thinking that he is doing meditation. But paradhyana. Now, after Shivana wife, slowly she is walking and trying to see what Shivana is doing. It is almost 2.5 hours finished. You got a doubt. Shivana, when did you fight with your wife? Morning 10 o'clock. We fought at 10 o'clock. And it is mid sun, 12:30, 2.5 hours just like that left. Now Shivana is feeling hungry. Sannyasi. He also grabbed pot of water and saffron clothes. What not to say? Hungry. What to do? Because he is used to have lunch at 12:30, 1 o'clock. Now, see, slowly, Shivana wife, understood this and she came along with a lunch box. She know it because this fellow, Shivana, will be cannot stay for more than 2-3 hours with hunger. And however, Shivana did not recognize her. He closed his eyes and doing paradhyana. Oh, what is happening? What is happening? Oh, mom, mom, like that he's doing. So suddenly she came, appeared before Shivana, but Shivana did not open the eyes. She opened the tiffin box, the lunch box. Touch it. Beautiful recipe. Potato and uh, brinjal. Potato brinjal. Very spicy recipe. And two slices. God. Immediately Shivana opened his eyes. Hmm. Hey, why did you come? Like that he asked. And of course, by the time Shivana opened, because he was sitting under neem tree, he, he's trying to fight with mosquitoes also in that mid sun because it is very cool temperature. He also saw the buzzing of mosquitoes. He is hearing them. What to do? Flies, everything in that forest. Little forest, not. It is just outskirts kind. Did you open? He says, "Why did you come?" He asked Shivana. I know. She said, "I know." Then Shivana seen the tiffin box, felt to eat. Then he is telling the God, "Oh my God, how bad I am. I should not. I should not make or create sufferings or problems to my wife. This much of distance she came. I'm very cruel to her. God, no, no, no. God will not accept this." Like that he said himself. And Shivana thrown out all the material, this saffron material, and he caught hold of hand of his wife. Come on, let's go to home. Come on. He started eating. Come on, let us go home. Both started. And while going, he is telling, Shivana is telling to his wife, my dear, today we'll go to film. Like that he's telling. So, and Shivana also said, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, she also says, oh, it's okay. It's okay. Come on. Like that, both have traveled and gone to home. Sudden sannyasi, sudden dispassion. This we call it as monkey renunciation. That means markata vairagya. In Sanskrit, markata vairagya. Markata means monkey. Vairagya means viveka and vairagya. Vairagya means renunciation. Oh no, I don't need this. I don't need this. Like, but which is temporarily based on bad mood, very bad mood. So we have to be very careful. That's what very funnily Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa Maharaja used to tell this story to his disciples. So Jayanamgana Sankirtan is very much blessed to learn it. Oh, lot of time. Datta Anugraha. Let us all pray that tomorrow also we will continue our Satsanga. समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, समस्त गुरु मंडली की जय, अनगा दत्त महाराज की जय, अनगा दत्त महाराज की जय, तोरा माता की जय, तोरा माता की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय, जय नाम गुण संकीर्तन की जय.